Hey, welcome. My name is Abraham, and for this video, we're going to talk about how to love yourself. So let's get started. It's so easy to stop loving yourself. It is so easy to get off track and be negative and stop believing in yourself. And maybe it's because you don't like something about who you are. Maybe it's a trait. It could be your personality, or maybe it's your image. You don't like the way that you look. It's easier to be negative towards yourself than it is to be positive because negativity takes no work. And to be positive means that you are constantly working towards being positive. These negative thoughts are tarnishing our development as individuals, and they are ruining any future happiness that we might have. That's why it is important to love yourself. When you are completely submerged in real love, love that has no conditions, love that has no boundaries, there is no reason for you not to be happy. And when you submerge yourself in that kind of love, you are then able to turn around and give the people in your life the same quality of love. And that's one thing that life is truly about. It's about loving your neighbor as you love yourself. So how do you love yourself? Tip number 1 is to nourish yourself. Find out what pushes you. Find out what motivates you to keep going forward and feed yourself more of that. Just like plants need water to grow, we too need our own unique nourishment and source for us to grow. And have this be the very first thing that you pursue each and every morning. Start your day off with nourishment. Nourish your mind. And I don't know what yours is. Yours is probably completely different to mine. Maybe yours is working out, meditating, doing yoga, praying, your spirituality. Whatever pushes you forward, give yourself a higher dosage of that each and every day, and be sure to start your day off with it. Tip number 2 is to be kind and positive. When we are kind and positive, the love that we have for ourselves grows exponentially. Make it a habit to speak highly and favorably about yourself every opportunity that you get. People are so hungry for significance. We live in a fast social media world, and when our posts don't get the likes or the interaction that we desire, we get sad about it. We long for significance, and we look to others to give it to us when that is totally flipped. Your significance does not come from other people. Your significance does not come from your social media, from the amount of likes that you get. Your significance comes from you. You need to be that source of significance. You need to be able to appreciate yourself, to be kind to yourself, and positive about yourself. Tip number 3 is to trust yourself. Be confident in your abilities. Know that you have the power to make important changes in your life, and give yourself some credit. You know more than you think you know, and you can do more than you think you can do. Tip number 4 is to forgive yourself. No one is immune to making mistakes. No one can avoid messing up, but we are all subject to self-destruction when we hold on to that extra baggage. Forgiving myself has been something that I've worked on for a very long time. For about 3 years of my life, I was very depressed. When I was 15 years old, one of my classmates ended his life, and I blamed myself for it. I blamed myself because I thought that there was something I could do. I thought that I could have changed it had I just been his friend, had I just talked to him and reached out to him. During that time, I fell into a really dark pit, and that is the reality. When we hold on to things from the past, when we hold on to our mistakes from the past, when we blame ourselves for things that have nothing to do with us, we fall into a pit. I had to learn how to forgive myself for taking the blame over something that I was not to blame. I had to learn to forgive myself for tarnishing my self-development during those 3 years that I went through depression. And since then, I've decided never to turn back. Forgiveness is making a 180-degree turn and never going back. I don't care what you might have done. I don't care what mistakes you may have committed. It's time to move on. It's time to forgive ourselves. It's time to have a new, fresh start and a fresh opportunity. And tip number 5 is to be a lifelong learner. Don't be satisfied with where you are now. Don't be content with the knowledge that you have now. You have so much potential to learn. You have so much potential to expand, and it's a great idea to do so. It is written, to acquire wisdom is to love oneself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. When you acquire wisdom, it means that you love yourself because you're feeding your mind. Our minds are so hungry to grow, so hungry to learn, and when we restrict the ability of it to learn, we are damaging ourselves. Loving yourself is not always easy. It takes a lot of work. I hope that these 5 tips can facilitate you in loving yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Abraham, and like always, it is a pleasure. And until next time, take care.